Ready? This is the Scituate Council on Aging Board of Directors meeting, and today is November 14th, 2012. And I would like to have an introduction. Oh, we're going to call it to order at 6 p.m. right on the dot. Florence, can we start with an introduction at your end, please?
Yes, Florence Cho,
Dale Baylog,
Audrey Reedy, Joan Powers,
Pam Davis.
Jim Harmon.
Rocco Carrabas.
Thank you. That's it. Meg's still on the board. Everybody else is still on the board, but they are excused for the evening because they have other things and other events, unable to attend. So anyway, Florence, staff and director. Oh, the minutes.
Yes.
The minutes of the October 10th meeting. Did everybody get a chance to read them?
thank you very much.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Does anybody have any corrections or additions to make?
Is this a game? Is this another game?
Yeah. If you read the minutes.
No, I did. I have it over here.
Did you agree with them?
I did.
Yep.
Rocky, any
Without
corrections?
exception.
I don't see any.
James,
Pretty good job, well did it.
No, I don't think
you got
there's
everything?
any issue.
Someone want to make a motion?
I make a motion that this be accepted.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Florence,
Okay,
your turn.
it's my turn. Okay. The director's report for the month of October. October was a busy month in all areas of services. The programs were especially busy. We added 2 new offerings to the list: conversational Italian and Pilates. We are still seeing lots of new faces coming into the center, and we are working on some programming for 2013. We will be having our annual health fair on Friday, April 26th, and we are planning on a program from Medicare on waste and fraud. This is so necessary, as we seniors are the stewards of this program, and we need to protect it so that future seniors will have the same medical options that we do. The Medicare Forum will be taking place Tuesday, January 15th, at the Scituate Harbor Community Building. As well, the health fair will also be there. Social services continues to be very busy. They have been doing quite a few home visits, and the numbers seeking field assistance is growing. There continues to be more individuals seeking help with their insurance changes, and we are grateful that Norman has donated more time to help us out. The need for transportation continues to grow, and we anticipate that it will stay that way for quite a while. We are currently working with only 2 vans, as our third is in the shop. It is extremely difficult to manage with 2, especially on Thursdays and Fridays. We are hoping for more volunteer drivers for seniors who must go out of town for chemo and other treatments. If you have signed up and have been waiting to be called, don't get discouraged. By law, we have to run a query, and they're very slow in coming. Coming up for November is the senior dinner and the craft fair, along with other events. We've already had both of those, and they were both successful. This staff, Q Cutler, Jenny Gerbis, Nancy LaFosse, Jill Johnston, all the volunteers, and I wish you a very happy Thanksgiving. Okay, that's so much for my report. This is on the programs for the month of October. Things went well during this month, and I'm happy to report that due to a record number of volunteers, we were able to get the newsletter to the post office in after 1 day of folding, sorting, and labeling. Our thanks to these wonderful volunteers, we were able to finish it in 1 day. It is important to note that those 2,700 seniors who get the newsletter look forward to receiving. However, we need to do a better job getting them to nursing homes, doctor's office, etc. Those who do get them in the nursing homes tell me, even though they are out of circulation, they like to keep track of what their old friends are doing. I have been struggling with a way to make those in the nursing home feel connected. And I think it would be a great idea to have an article on a resident in every newsletter. We will have to ask Life Care in Cardigan if that would be acceptable. I think it would be a great idea. I am asking a lot, the Girl Scout leaders, a lot of the Girl Scout leaders and others, how the girls and boys can contribute to seniors. And I thought maybe every month a troop could take a nursing home and send cards to residents. It would be a win-win for both. Programs are up and we are able to service more seniors thanks to our ability to use the Scituate Harbor Community Building. The final planning for the craft fair at Scituate Harbor Community Building is done, and thanks to the work that Tom Edwards and his helpers, and Tim Feeney from the Scituate Yacht Club, we especially want to thank. This is the second year he let us use the extra tables from the Yacht Club, which helped us. We had 25 vendors there, so we needed the tables. There are only 10 tables over at Pier 44. And the monies that were made, that will be made, or were made, they actually were made, will go to the Scituate Veterans agent, Don Knapp, who will be distributing these funds to veterans for fuel assistance. Respectfully submitted, Florence Choate. On the, in terms of the rides, the transportation, in October we did, excuse me, I'm coming down with a cold. In October, we had 552 daily rides. On the link, we had 88. On MAP, we did not use it. Volunteer drivers, there were 12, for a total of 652 rides. Total volunteer hours were 22. Total miles driven by the Council on Aging vans were 1,301. Right now, the town has installed gas tanks now for all the town vehicles. So we go to the somewhere by the DPW to fill up our vans, where before we used to go to the local dealers. So it's I think it's a savings of about $1.25 a gallon right now.
Wow, that's great. That's
Yeah,
huge.
which is, with the amount of gas that the vans use, it's a great savings.
Yeah.
So,
Did they build, they just keep a record of how many gallons you?
yeah, and we have a transportation, line item, and they take it
Yeah.
off that.
Yeah, good, that's great.
And don't forget, GATRA reimburses us for what we spend.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the social services, and this is October. It was a crazy month with this program. We had 5 home visits. We had, they had 32 office visits. They attended 1 meeting. Telephone calls was 72. The referrals made were 25. Duplicated numbers, which means people that have come in before, were 122, and new people coming in to receive services was 60. This month, the social service coordinator met with the new Life Care and the South Shore admissions coordinator, Susan Sheehan. It is important for the Council on Aging and the Rehabilitation Center nursing home, at the nursing home, to have a good working relationship, since so many of our seniors want to stay locally for such services. Life Care is committed to helping seniors improve their health conditions and make the best choice that works for them and their families by getting back to their own home or living at the nursing center. A lot of our seniors that we find are there for rehab, and a lot of them have become long-term patients. So, and we have some terrific people in the community. That Mary O'Connor, who lives at Meeting House, she was the chaplain at the South Shore Hospital. She makes a lot of visits to the nursing home, and she brings communion. And Joan Powers, our Joan Powers, makes a ton of visits to the nursing home over there.
Are you the
So,
friendly visitor?
so,
Yeah, I do also the community for the ones who are not church.
Well, somebody told me, and I can't remember who, was it you, Joan, that told me about the veteran who was over in the nursing home, or it must have been Tom Edwards, because, that hasn't seen anyone for 17 years.
You're kidding me? Really?
It's hard to believe.
Yeah. I
He has no family at all?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
Now, you would think that people going in to
Well,
visit
Well,
other
now the
people.
Legion is, I
It's
believe.
seen
The
as-
So
Legion
give me the,
is.
give me the
Name,
it's
how-
no
how-
I'll have to get it from Tom.
Okay, because when I go see, I always see Gertrude and Lois, that come out, you know.
Mm.
People don't want to get involved.
Yeah, I had thought since our friendly visitors, you know, don't go into seniors' homes anymore, and it's not their fault. We have lots of people who would do it.
Yeah.
But the seniors themselves, really, I think it's the times. They really don't want anyone in their home. And it's usually the kids that come in here and say, my father's all by himself, could you send someone down there to play cards with him? Well, we send someone down there to play cards with them, and the father doesn't want any part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're doing here, but I don't need anyone to sit here.
I didn't call you.
So we find that, you know, this has really waned in terms of that. At one time, they had a lot of friendly visitors out there. One of the things that I would love to see, and I don't know how we could do it, or even if we could do it, we have 2 nursing homes in the town. There's a lot of people who don't see anybody. It would be nice to have, you know, a core of volunteers who go in and just say hello.
How about community service out of the high school? They have got to, they are required to graduate.
I know, we
X
haven't
amount of
had
numbers.
any luck with that,
Oh.
none.
That's
If
okay.
you know anyone, let me know, but even Tom Edwards, who knows everybody, they would try to get community service for something, and we didn't get one kid.
You can't get the high school kids going.
No. You know, the little ones, like the Brownie troops and the Girl Scout troops,
They love that.
they love that. And, you know, the little ones are absolutely great about doing stuff like that.
They should take it down.
You know, I just, you know, it just doesn't happen. We've had a few here, and, you know, what usually happens is they start, and they come, and they leave, and then they come back, and then we don't see them for 6 weeks, and you can't have that, because you've set aside work for them to do.
Right.
And if, you know, and if they don't do it, one of the staff has to pick up the slack, and that's not fair.
Yeah.
So, you know, I have a thing, which I'm an old community service, only with the courts, but I had the carrot and the stick. So what my thing is, it's for the kids, I tell them 3 strikes and you're out. You know, you can be sick and you can call or something, you can have to stay after school or what have you. But, you know, if you're just not showing up
Yeah.
the 3rd time, that's it. So,
That's reasonable.
so it's difficult. It's difficult. Volunteers, a good volunteer is, and we've gotten a couple of good ones, really good ones, very knowledgeable with a lot of skills lately. And volunteers are like the jewel in the crown. They really are,
Yeah.
for nonprofits and for small social service agencies. When you get good ones, they're invaluable.
I had a question about your report. Who's taking the newsletters to the nursing homes, and are anybody taking them to the doctor's offices?
They're supposed to.
Are they supposed
And
to?
yes, they are, but they don't always. So, you know,
Or do you want somebody to do that? I'll be happy to take them.
oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like them to go to Cardigan
Yeah.
and to Life Care, and I would also like, I mean, down the street, they have I'd say 60% of their patients on the Driftway at
Harbor Medical, yeah.
Harbor Medical are seniors.
Yeah.
What about, to the churches? You know, I was just thinking where I exercise, there's always a lot of, that's important, like.
Yeah,
It's a good idea.
yeah.
I don't know.
I know Marge used to bring up, when we had the trips, Marge Manning used to take the the things for the trips and hang them up.
Yeah, I'd be happy to do it, because I mean, it's not like it's a time-consuming thing.
Mm.
It's just, as soon as the newsletters are ready, I can come to
Okay.
and drop them off.
Yeah.
If you've got extras, I'll be happy to do it this week, if nobody else has done it.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. That's great.
Yeah. What else do I have? Has the phone been put in down at?
No,
No phone at the?
the phone at the community center, they have, you can actually call it. I can tell you the number is. It's 1359.
Really?
And you can actually call it, but what's happened, Kevin tells me, is the line is connected from the, you know, the pole to the outside, and they can't make the connection inside. For what reason, I don't know, and they've been trying for about 3 weeks to make that connection, and it hasn't happened yet.
So
Cost money.
can we have an alternative?
Cost money.
I mean,
Well,
They've got the
they've
budget.
got
this is
they're
a safety
paying for
measure.
it.
This is a
I
safety.
know it
Everybody
is,
knows.
yeah.
If somebody has
From-
whatever, your cell phone isn't gonna work down there. I mean, this is, town would be
Well,
liable.
I know, that's why our older seniors, you know, when you guys all went down to Pier 44, they said to me, well, are we going down? I said, no. You're not going down. You're staying right here with me.
Yeah.
So,
What about the defibrillator? Is that in yet?
no,
And who's responsible for getting that in? Is that like the fire department or something?
no.
Just us?
You have to order it. No, that isn't us. That, Tricia said she had ordered it.
Oh, okay.
If you have to, the phone comes from the line, from the pole to the building is their responsibility. From then on, it's whoever owns or occupies the building, it's a cost. But we should have it just for emergency alone.
Oh,
in
yes,
case,
yeah.
Everybody agrees to that, Rocky. Everybody says,
Well,
and they
somebody's
said
gotta
we're
jump
gonna do
on,
it.
somebody's gotta jump on, tell
But
who
every
they are.
time you ask, they
Comcast.
say they're having a problem and weeks go by.
Yeah,
We have
well,
activities
it shouldn't be
down there.
happening with the old people,
Yeah.
actually, I mean, elderly people.
Well, who do we complain to?
Hmm?
I mean, I'll tell Kevin Kelly, but, you know, I mean, you know, he's
Does he
been-
want us to call somebody? I'd be happy to call somebody at Verizon. At Verizon's.
I don't know that it's Verizon,
the
I
town
don't know
was Comcast.
who's
Comcast,
responsible.
probably,
Comcast phone?
probably, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, we have Verizon.
Oh, is it
Yeah.
The
Verizon?
town has
Yeah.
Verizon,
Well, then Verizon then.
yeah,
Isn't it 545 or 544?
it's 545.
Yeah, we gotta move on that, because
Yeah.
that's a hazard.
Would you ask him if he needs help
I'll email
working
him
on it?
tomorrow,
Yeah,
I'll email
because
Kelly.
we'll be happy to get behind that
Yeah.
and get something done.
Even
That's crazy.
the fire department or the police department where, you know, you're not dealing with young people, you're dealing with
Yeah.
the seniors.
Run next door and say, would you dial 911 for us, please?
Well, if worse
Yeah.
came to worse, until this gets straightened out, I would run across the street to one of those houses.
Oh,
Oh,
absolutely.
yes,
Yeah.
it's
No,
not
no,
that,
just,
but
no, I
you
was just saying,
you
yeah,
should,
that's
you
not
shouldn't
just
have
me,
to,
but I mean,
you shouldn't have to go.
That's right, we shouldn't have to, it's a hazard,
Sometimes
it's by the
it's
safety.
minutes, sometimes it's seconds.
Seconds.
yeah, oh,
Yeah.
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 That's for sure.
And if Scituate Tavern's not open, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's not open.
And if people are working,
That's right.
the town will be responsible, so that's
Yeah, okay, so what else?
something to take note of.
Yeah. Okay. This is kind of all old business too. The health fair in April.
Mhm.
There are 3 of us on the board that
Yes.
volunteered to.
I-
When do you need us to
I
start
would
doing
like,
something?
I would like you guys to, if you can come in next week. Oh, that's
Next week's the holiday
Thanksgiving,
week,
the
and I
week
could have any
after,
next week. The week
Yeah,
after I could.
yeah.
What's the date of the health fair in
the
April?
26th of April.
26th, it's in the minutes, I mean, in her report.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've
Friday,
got,
April 26th.
I've got all the people who came last year. We had 26
Yeah.
different organizations that came to the health fair. And so we have to email them. I
Mhm.
mean, I've been getting calls, and so we have the list. I've got all the stuff, and we have to email them to save the date.
Right.
So, and we also asked them.
I think I volunteered here.
Yeah,
Dale did it.
Yeah.
And you can help too. Sure, we can have 4.
I'll be back.
The more the merrier.
Yeah.
So, we also, when we email them, we have to say that, you know, one of the things that we'd like each organization to do is bring a gift. Remember last year,
Yep.
we just
giveaways,
raffled them
right?
off.
Oh,
They
a
were
real
off,
giveaway,
yeah.
What kind of a gift?
Sometimes we raffle
There
them.
were a
we
bunch
find
of
out.
Dunkin' Donut cards or gift baskets. They had
Yeah.
all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Everybody loves it.
Remember the guy that had the chocolate bar, I
Yeah,
believe,
yeah.
who had the, he was a real estate
Yeah,
salesperson who specialized in seniors, and he had a big
But
you know, who got that, I wanted it. Yeah.
You know, when you had the vendors, what they usually do is each one has to give a thing for a raffle.
that's what I'm saying.
That's what it was, yeah.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
we'll the raffle off these.
But they do that in the craft fair.
Oh, they didn't do it in the craft fair.
No, but they do that, usually in craft
Oh,
fairs,
I'm
they
glad
do
you
it.
told me, because
They
Tom didn't do it.
Well, most craft fairs, when
I
you
don't
go.
remember them doing it last year either.
They didn't. But well,
Yeah,
most
remember I asked
places
about
go,
getting
they
don't
don't.
get enough money.
baskets,
Might want to nudge them
I don't
along.
think they made enough money at the craft fair.
Oh, they could eat one of them.
The expectation is.
Well, this year wasn't as good as last year. Last
Really?
year, they made quite a bit of money.
Really?
This year, they didn't have the traffic. They had a lot of traffic, but they didn't have
A lot of
People
sales.
a
spending
lot
money.
of things. But you remember that, you know, but what that does is next year, some of them won't sign on.
Yeah.
However, where we make the money on this is we charge $50 per table. Because I don't want to get into, you know, how much you sell.
Percentages.
And, you know, it just, we used to do that, yeah. So we charge, you know, for the table.
Mhm.
And we ended up with, and the only thing we take out of that, because the money is donated to the veterans, the only thing we will take out of there is I'm waiting for the policeman's bill to come in, because I would not have anything like that without a detailed officer.
You were very wise, because when I arrived, there was hardly anybody there when I
Yeah.
left. He
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was director of traffic.
Yeah, so, you know, because that's a bad place.
That's
because people
that's being
don't slow down.
proactive, preventing it, yes.
Yeah, so, you know, so that's, and the health fair, I would have a detail person. It's just a liability issue.
Sure it is.
You mean to say we can't get one of our senior responders to volunteer that time to?
I'm not going there.
Yeah. It's worth it. It's a worthwhile investment.
to volunteer?
Situate Finest.
No, we even pay for them at church.
It's a worthwhile investment, right?
Why them and nobody else?
Well,
Yeah, we pay for them at church. too.
No, because you know what? It's a thing called precedence. You know, I'm sure there are things that they would do, but they don't do because, do you know how many affairs we have, road races? You know, St. Mary's has something, St. Luke's has something. You know, they're all worthwhile, they're all great functions, they're all part of the community. And you would have the freebies
Yeah.
every
Yeah.
year, because they do them every year. And so it's a little bit much to ask, I think, it really
I
is.
agree. Okay, so we're gonna meet, not next week, the week after,
Right,
I need a reminder.
like on a Tuesday?
yeah, that'd be good.
How about a Tuesday?
Well,
What's the
we'll
week
have to-
after?
we'll have to-
No, we
have to
can't do it that
email me.
Tuesday. Tuesday
With my
on
grandma class.
November 28th, that's the last thing.
You got a calendar?
It's in it's in right
Yeah,
here.
well,
could-
I mean, I didn't realize it.
It's in our thing.
I know, but I wasn't, I
What about
couldn't
Thursday?
connect
Can't do
it.
it.
I should know.
Is that here?
Yeah.
Okay, here's today, so
Yeah,
that would be
we're
how about
cooking.
Thursday, the
You
29th?
could go over to the harbor if you want.
No, I know, I'll
Okay.
change it, I just.
How about the next
No,
week?
I mean, you
First
can
week
in
use the
December?
harbor if you want.
How about the first week in December?
Yeah, okay. What's that
How about-
Tuesday?
The 4th, it's a
Yeah.
Tuesday?
All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
because you're having facials here.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
that
I
here
can't be here.
or the
I have-
community
what
center
time
on the
is it?
5th?
On the
What time
5th,
would
that's
work for
here.
you?
Well, I have
I
a
believe- Yeah, I believe it's here, 'cause she's only doing a small
about
group,
like-
and she needs water to wash faces, and we don't have that at the community center.
That's right.
What time are you doing that?
I can't remember, I have to go look.
What time, the facial?
The
or
facials, wait a minute.
10
They're all
o'clock.
We can-
filled up.
Okay,
She
It's the
only
wrong
was
day. It's the
taking
day-
so many.
It's the 5th, we're talking about
Yeah.
the 4th.
okay, so it's not the 4th.
That's
Okay,
not-
on the
So what-
4th, could
what
we
day-
do the
what day
meeting
does the 4th
in the
fall?
afternoon? Would that work, Joan? Like
Yeah, yeah.
1 o'clock
The 4th
on the
is.
4th? Tuesday the
my
4th?
office.
Okay.
Yeah, but that won't interfere with you guys.
But I'll be at my memoir class.
Yeah, but
Well, you
that's,
guys can go and do
yeah,
whatever you
but
want.
we'll, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll,
Okay, so we're all squared away with
Yeah.
that? Okay. I just needed to get that done before we leave here. The phone. Does anybody else have anything else?
You want to talk about your?
On old business, I just wanted you to know, Richard, I got an email from Richard yesterday, and he said he still hadn't heard anything about the feasibility committee first meeting, and I don't know whether they were waiting until the
Town meeting.
feasibility
Passed.
study passed last night, and hopefully they'll,
And then today's one is we're gonna find out whether the state.
yeah,
Gonna
So
approve
we
that.
have to today.
yeah,
Sure, yeah, next
yeah,
week.
so hopefully, I can see if I can find something out for him at town hall, but as of yesterday, he hadn't heard anything.
I
about
bet they
the
had
meeting.
made a plan.
I would think not, probably
No, not until
until
they're sure
they
they-
got that
they can
passed
move
last
forward.
night, the feasibility study.
is the feasibility study all done with the community center
What community center?
or whatever?
We've
Yeah,
never,
body for?
we've never reconvened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably not
That
gonna be
speaks
for
for itself,
a
huh?
long time.
It
Long
died in
time.
the dust.
There's too many other things for the town to do.
That's right.
And if they're going, that's probably a space that they can use in the transition. There's no telling what's gonna become of it.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure
You're a very wise woman.
just very prescient, you know, you can look forward and see that thing coming. New business. Does anybody have anything for new business? Things kind of quieted down after the meeting last night, which was a good meeting. We had
It
a
was a
great turnout.
tremendous meeting. It really
Yes,
was.
yeah, it was really good.
And
Very
a
interesting.
Great crowd.
Yeah, I think it was 650 people, they said.
They
was
said
watching.
550.
And there were 600 that had banded together for
Yeah.
the school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very well
Yeah.
done.
Town meeting and the democracy of a town meeting
Yeah.
in operation.
Well, there's always things at town meetings that you get a group of people who are in favor, you get a group of people who are not. I personally think most of these towns have outgrown town meetings and they should have representatives
I think so. But
because,
that comes up every town meeting.
yeah, I mean, it's so disorderly and it lends itself to, you know, people who are asleep at the switch and they don't realize that something's going on. And then there's a whole group of people who are prepared and they go and they vote. And so they, you know, so they vote their interest.
Absolutely.
And then there's a lot of people who are angry and feel, you know, like, so
No control.
this way you have somebody you can yell at because you have a representative and you can call them up and say, hey, Charlie, don't you dare vote for that. And if he does, you can call him up and yell at him.
Why didn't you?
But this way you can't call anyone up and yell at
Yeah.
them.
Know your place and keep it.
That's right.
Anyway, okay, any other new business? Joan, would you like to tell us the
Okay.
latest news from South Shore Elder
South,
Services?
at our meeting, the finances was ordered and approved, and the budget was presented and we approved it. And they also gave us copies of the bylaws. And then, the South Shore Elderly Services had the 35th annual meeting on Thursday, November 8th. And, they had awards giving to, workers and board members for how many years they've been in there. And then they had a lunch afterwards and a speaker, so it was very good.
Oh, good.
And I want to remind people that St. Luke's is having their community dinner on November 25th at 5 o'clock.
November 25th?
And I noticed
The beer company's gonna be doing it, and they're gonna have shepherd pie.
Oh, wow. British beers? The British beer company?
Yeah, British beer company.
Nice.
Yep, they do it every year for them.
I noticed how the Methodist Church is offering a Thanksgiving dinner.
They do that every year
every
too.
year. What, I thought for families or anyone that's.
Anyone,
belongs to-
yeah.
And I think they provide transportation, which is.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Which church is this, Martha? What church?
Or
Methodist.
beside the Jenkins.
Oh,
Methodist.
yeah.
Okay.
When is your high school play?
It is this weekend,
This weekend.
the 16th, 17th, and 18th, at 7 o'clock on Friday and Saturday, and 2 o'clock at Sunday.
And what's
And the name
what
of it
the
is?
play?
Once Upon a Mattress.
Oh, great. Are you in it?
Yes, I'm the lead.
Oh,
Yes.
congratulations, that's wonderful.
Thank you. You should all
I know
come.
several
That's
people in
funny.
it.
Yeah, it'll be a good
Yeah,
play. It should be really funny. Yeah.
Great, well, good luck. I'm
Thank
sure
you.
I had a nice visitor today, so Tara Stone,
Oh, good.
who came in, her father and mother had told her about Pier 44.
Uh-huh.
And anyone who didn't go to Pier 44, that was a night to behold. It was the day of the storm. It was, and all day long I kept saying, they're not coming, they're gonna cancel. No, phone didn't ring. We had 8 cancellations, but we had a waiting list, and we called people and they came. And we had 48 seniors. The waves were like 5 foot high. The wind was blowing, the rain was coming down in torrents, and they all showed up. 48 people. We had a group called, they are a Scituate group. They are the 12 Women of Scituate. They have an organization that they take and they do different projects for their community. And
They did a wonderful
they
job.
did. I mean, it was
Wonderful job.
Pier 44 looked beautiful. We have the most adorable Girl Scouts, 4th grade Girl Scouts from Cushing School, that were all so cute. I wanted to take a couple home with me. And
And were very good waitresses.
they were wonderful waitresses. Even when Jerry asked for a scotch and soda, they didn't lose it. And we,
I'll have to find out about that.
and they
Well,
sang,
the first time he asked, the little one looked at, she really didn't know what scotch was. She's looking, and we had to explain to her, no, you don't have it, don't worry.
so, but they entertained us, and then we had our friend, Tommy Rule, who is our Las Vegas crooner, as I call him, and he was great, and
That's
it
somebody
was-
that
it
really
was-
loves their job.
yeah, it was really
It comes a
unbelievable.
long way to get.
At one point, we were sitting, I was
Yeah.
standing there looking at the waves and the people sitting by the window saying, dear God, please don't bring these windows in, and all the seniors go out to sea. So,
The water was actually up to the window ledge.
yeah,
So I told the seniors sitting by the windows, I said, if it starts to come through, we'll just holler out, evacuate. It was a sight to behold. For somebody that's only lived in Scituate for 4 years, I was like, I can't believe this is happening.
yeah. So Scituate seniors are hardy souls.
Yes.
Night to remember.
Yes, very exciting.
Yeah, it was. Everyone had a great time, yeah.
That's great. Well, thank you very much to the 12 Women of Scituate for
Yes.
the occasion. Anything else? If not, I'm going to,
I make a motion that we need to adjourn.
yes, you may. I'm going to adjourn at 6:35. Thank you, and happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving.